every Sunday. Same spot on the couch, same bowl of chips, same jersey, and right there next to you, your dog. Eyes on the screen, head tilted when the crowd roars, sitting up straight when the ball moves. You've always wondered, is he actually watching? Or is this all in your head? A study published in Scientific Reports in 2025 finally answered this. And what researchers found about what's actually happening between your dog and that TV screen on game day, it's not what most people think, and it's far more interesting. Most people are split on this. Half of dog owners think he loves football, he's part of the team, he gets it. The other half think he has no idea what's on that screen. He's just sitting there because you're sitting there. He'd do the same thing if you were watching a screensaver. Both sides are telling a piece of the truth, but neither side has the full picture, because the science of what your dog is actually doing on game day is more layered and more touching than either answer suggests. To understand it, we have to start with something that might surprise you. For most of television history, your dog literally could not see the screen. And the reason why changes everything. Here's something almost no one knows. For decades, your dog couldn't actually watch TV, not because he didn't want to, but because old television screens flickered too slowly. Dogs process visual information faster than we do. Their flicker fusion rate, the speed at which their brain can distinguish individual frames, is significantly higher than ours. To your dog, an old CRT television looked like a strobe light, not a football game. Just a flashing box with noise coming out of it. He wasn't ignoring the game. He genuinely couldn't see it. But modern HD screens, the 120 Hz TVs, most of us have now changed everything. The refresh rate finally caught up to how your dog sees the world. Your dog can now see what you see. Smooth motion, contrast, animals running across a field. And what happened next when scientists actually studied it was remarkable. Because it turns out dogs don't just see the game, they have opinions about it. And I'm not exaggerating. In July 2025, researchers at Auburn University published something that shifted how we understand dogs entirely. They created what they called the Dog Television Viewing Scale, a 1-6 question tool designed specifically to measure how dogs engage with screens. They studied 453 dogs, and what they found was this. Dogs don't just stare at screens, they actively process what they see. They categorize it. They respond to it based on their own personality. The content that gets the most reaction? Other animals, especially other dogs. When a dog appears on your football broadcast, even briefly, your dog doesn't just notice. Some dogs will follow it off screen, physically moving behind the TV, expecting the other dog to come out the other side, because to them that image felt real. And here's the football connection that genuinely surprised researchers. That bright green field, dogs see in blue and yellow, not the full color spectrum we do, but high contrast images are very visible to them. The movement of players against that field, the roar of the crowd, the shift of jerseys. Your dog is perceiving more of that game than you ever realized. Sporting breeds and herding breeds. Labs, border collies, German shepherds tend to watch more than others. Personality shapes it too. Excitable dogs track the movement. Anxious dogs react to crowd noise and doorbells. Your dog isn't passively sitting there, he's engaged in his own specific way. Dr. Freya Mowat at the University of Wisconsin-Madison offered one more piece to this. Dogs may also watch simply because you're watching. Your attention signals to them that something important is happening, so they tune in. But here's what the study couldn't fully explain. Why do some dogs stay through the whole game even when nothing on screen seems to interest them? Why do they sit closer when you cheer? Why do they look at your face, not the screen, when something big happens? The answer to that is in a completely different kind of science. And it might be the most important thing I tell you today. Let me describe a moment that millions of dog owners have had. It's fourth quarter. Your team is down by 3. The room is tense. You're leaning forward. Your jaw is tight. Your breathing changed. You didn't notice any of that, but your dog did. He's been asleep on the other end of the couch, but now without any sound from the TV, he's sitting up. He's moved closer. He's watching your face, not the screen, your face. And when the play happens, when you jump up and yell, he's already on his feet, tail going, body spinning. Not because he understood the touchdown, but because something in you just changed. And he felt it. What just happened in that moment has a name. And it's backed by some of the most fascinating research in animal behavioral science. And once you hear what scientists call it, you'll never watch a game the same way again. But here's the part nobody tells you. The screen was never really the point. Scientists call it emotional contagion. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Your dog catches your emotions, not metaphorically, biologically. Research from the University of Lincoln and the University of Vienna found that dogs can distinguish between happy and angry human facial expressions even on the faces of total strangers they've never met before. They're reading us constantly. Our posture, our breathing, the muscle tension in our shoulders, the micro expressions we don't even know we're making. When researchers used fMRI brain scans on dogs, they found something that stopped scientists in their tracks. Dogs process emotional tone in a similar brain region to the one humans use. And when you feel excitement, your dog's brain begins to mirror it. Research, published in the Journal of Neuroscience, showed that interactions with beloved humans activate the caudate nucleus in dogs, the region associated with positive emotion and reward. Your excitement becomes their excitement. Your tension becomes their tension. Your joy becomes their joy. A 2026 finding confirmed something even more striking. When owners experience anxiety, their dog's cortisol levels rise too. The stress moves between you like a signal. Research published in Frontiers in Psychology found that the stronger the bond between dog and owner, the stronger this emotional contagion becomes. National Geographic summarized it simply: dogs don't just recognize your emotions, they catch them. And when your dog's cortisol rises because yours has, that's not loyalty as a concept. That's loyalty as a biological event. But here's the part nobody talks about after the game is over, after the final whistle, after the chips are gone, after you turn the TV off. What is your dog actually feeling in that moment? And why, even if your team lost, does he always seem to make it better? That answer is the most important thing in this video, and I've been holding it for right now. Here's what all of this science is actually telling us. Your dog isn't watching football, he's watching you watch football, and that is a completely different thing. Research on dog-human attachment has found that this bond closely resembles the mother-child bond studied in human developmental psychology. Your dog keeps you in his social world continuously. He checks on you during activity. He moves when you move. He mirrors what you feel. Dogs are significantly more likely to approach a person who is crying than someone who is simply humming. They orient toward emotional need. Not because they were trained to, because that's who they are. That same pull, the one that brings him to someone who's crying, is what brings him closer when the fourth quarter gets tight. He's not reading the game. He's reading you. He's not on the couch because the game is interesting. He's on the couch because you're on the couch. And being near you, feeling what you feel, is the whole point. Which brings me to the question I kept returning to while researching this. We spend so much time wondering if our dog understands us. But what if that's the wrong question entirely? What if the real question is, how much of your life is your dog actually present for in ways you never noticed? He doesn't know what a touchdown is. He doesn't know which team you're rooting for. He doesn't know why the room gets loud and then quiet and then loud again. What he knows is you. Your heartbeat when the clock runs down, your shoulders when you're frustrated, your laugh when something goes right. He has memorized every version of you, and Sunday is just another chance to sit beside all of them. Here's something worth thinking about. We often feel a little guilty about how much time we spend watching sports, time on the couch, time in front of the screen, but your dog has never once judged you for that. To him, every Sunday is a gift because you're home, you're still, and he gets to be next to you. The game is irrelevant. You are the event. So, do dogs watch football with their owners? Here's what the science actually says. And the answer has 3 parts. Part 1. Yes, they can see the screen. Modern HD televisions finally give dogs a clear enough image that they can track movement, contrast, and animals in motion. The Auburn University study of 453 dogs confirmed that dogs actively process and respond to TV content based on their own personality. They have preferences, they have reactions. The green field, the moving players, the crowd sounds. Your dog perceives more of that game than you ever realized. Part 2. Yes, they feel the game. Not through the screen, through you. Research shows dogs are biologically wired for emotional contagion. When you're excited, they're excited. When you're tense, they're alert. When you celebrate, they celebrate. Your dog doesn't need to understand football to be completely invested in your experience of it. Part 3, and this is the most important one. They're not really watching the game, they're watching you, and they always have been. The game is just the backdrop. You are what they came for. Next Sunday, when you sit down for kickoff, take 1 second before the game starts. Look at your dog. He's not waiting for the game. He's been waiting for you to sit down. He's been waiting for this, the stillness, the warmth, the familiar sound of your breathing settling into a Sunday afternoon. You think you watch football together. He thinks you spend Sunday together. He's probably right, and honestly, so is he. Tell me in the comments, does your dog watch the game with you? What does he do when you cheer? I want to hear your Sunday stories. And if you want to understand even more about what your dog actually thinks about you, I made a video about how dogs show love in ways most owners never notice. Watch that. Next link is right here. Subscribe because every week I explain what your dog is trying to tell you